Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Melissa Cruz, who's CEO at GenIP. How are you today, Melissa?
Hi, Zach. Thank you for having me. How are you?
Very well. I became aware of your company at a presentation last year, which was quite exciting, especially as you don't necessarily know as somebody who's new to the company exactly what it does. Maybe you can run us through that, which is probably the most important thing, because I think if people know what GenIP does, they might be even more excited about it than they are currently.
Absolutely. So, at a high level, GenIP helps universities, corporates, and investors decide which technologies are actually worth investing in. The challenge here is that these organizations review thousands of ideas every year, but moving even one forward can be very expensive. So, we're talking about patents, development, testing, and going to market. So costs can quickly reach tens of thousands and often even more. So a lot of that capital can end up going into technologies that don't have real demand. So in simple terms, we help them make better investment decisions before committing to serious monies.
And the point there, which is something I read in the sort of financial papers on websites all the time, is that the Big Four consultancy groups are being, muscled out perhaps by disruptors like you.
That's a great question. So what has changed is that the level of pressure on outcomes, it's more than ever. So global R&D spending is approaching $3 trillion a year, and organizations are increasingly expected to show real returns from that investment. So the focus is shifting from generating ideas to deciding where capital should actually go, and that's where we fit. We help these organizations to allocate the resources more effectively and get better results from the innovation that they already have. And this is what happened with the Big Four accounting firm.
As far as GenIP is concerned, you've described the marketplace that you have. And do you think that you've got the message out in your marketplace about, how good you are, how much you can help, etc.?
Yeah, so in comparison to other traditional firms, and what makes GenIP unique is that if you rely on other firms, you will be there, the work will be very expensive, will be very time consuming, and you will rely on people and opinions. And what we do at GenIP is that we combine AI with expert analysts to quickly evaluate those technologies and tell you what's worth pursuing and what's not. If you don't use us, you will be probably spending tons of thousands of dollars just on patents, on everything. And maybe it's a technology that is not even worth for the market, that there's no real market for it. So instead of long reports and subjective opinions, you get a report that is faster, cheaper, and more scalable.
Well, the last big update you had to start the year, I'm referring to the one in January, you reported revenue growth of 3x and gross margin growth of 1.5x. So it was pretty impressive. Client numbers up 2x. Have you turned the corner in terms of market penetration and also, as I was probably alluding with the last question, market awareness? And how much is there to go on that front, all those fronts?
Great question. So the numbers reflect strong demand, but what really matters is the pattern behind them. In 2025, we delivered more than 300% revenue growth and grew our client base by over 200%. And we're now operating across more than 25 countries. We also have around 90% client retention, which is very important because it shows clients are coming back and expanding how they work with us. So growth is coming not just from new clients, but also from existing clients doing more over time. And of course, as usual, we're investing into going to events to get more exposure, but also a good portion of our business is thanks to referral because our clients are happy with the services that we're providing and they're coming back for more.
Talking about the stock market cap currently 2 million. I presume that you have internal targets of what you would like the revenues to be, by the end of this year, next year, etc. Are you on track for that? And do you think that the stock market will then respond favorably, as you prove the business model?
We're on track. We're very happy with the results for this year. The direction is pretty clear for us. We're moving from a service-led model to a platform-led business. And that means more repeat revenue, better margins, and more scalable business over time. The goal is to be the system that clients use to decide where to invest across their innovation pipeline. We want to be their core system.
Obviously, the scaling up is very important. Do you have the capacity if, another 100 new clients come in or 10,000 new clients come in, do you have the capacity to deal with that and scale up accordingly?
Correct. We have the capacity, we have the right team, we have the right tools. And again, we have a very healthy pipeline. So we are prepared for what's ahead.
Right. And in the recent past, you were talking about, I suppose, the expansion in America, South America, various geographies. Is there any new territory that you're looking at the moment?
Asia has been a major growth driver for us with growth of over more than 3,000% in 2025. And it's now our largest market. There's a strong focus on commercialization and a high volume of innovation output. So we're also seeing referrals, as I said, across institutions, which is helping us to expand more quickly within that region. And we're placing resources there strategically because that's where we are seeing the strongest demand. So it's a combination of market demand, referrals, and being close to where the opportunity is. And that is the same that is happening with Latin America.
And as far as the product offering, are you expanding that? Are you happy with that? Where do you stand on that front?
Well, so what is changing is the type of work clients are asking us to do. We're moving from individual evaluations to broader projects where clients want the help in deciding how to allocate resources, not across one technology. They want to see 100, 1,000 technologies, and even more. So those larger engagements not only increase revenue visibility for us, but they also come with a strong economics. So they have a floor margin of around 60%, which is pretty good for the company. So the model becomes more predictable, more scalable, and more attractive from a margin perspective. But also for the client, as I said, they are leaving the one-off reports behind and committing to more for portfolio reviews.
You came to market in October 24. At that time, we were just going into sort of an AI boom, very highly rated companies in that space. Since then, things have maybe stabilized or tailed off. But are you or should you be regarded as an AI company or something else?
So GenIP is an AI company because we use AI to process huge amounts of data, patterns, research, markets, and turn that into insights. But what makes us different is that we combine that with human experts. So clients don't just get data, they get decisions.
And so class yourself as an AI stock hopefully with increasing scalable revenues. If somebody's looking at your company and thinking, I want to get exposure to the AI area, but I want revenues, presumably you would say, come here. This is not a blue sky opportunity.
That's correct. That's correct. We're past the AI. As I said, we're now working with universities, corporations, government entities, and now more than ever, organizations are looking into technologies, and they want to be the first ones. They want to be the first ones to discover the next big thing, and that's what we're here. We're here to help them find that next star and take it to market. So we're past the an AI company. We have the human expertise. And we are, as I said, a core system to many universities. We have repeat clients in the US. We have repeat clients in Singapore. We're now selling into 25 countries. So this is not proving the concept. We're already in business. We already have revenue. We already have the clients.
And how much more is that kind of marketing and awareness going to ramp up during the rest of the year?
So during the rest of the year, we are attending some very strategic events just because we want exposure at those events. And if let's say as catalysts, you should be expecting expansion within our client base. We see repeat clients, as I said, we have 90% retention rate. And clients are increasing the work over time. We're also, as I mentioned before, placing some resources strategically in Asia and Latin America, and they will be attending events, they will be hosting webinars. And also, something else that we did this year is that we launched the GenIP Innovation Exchange, where our clients are showcasing, they're showing how they're using GenIP. This is not only a testament of how our clients are trusting us, but also it's letting other potential clients and the public, the audience in general, see how our clients are using the reports and how happy they are. So in general, expect results coming from all of these events that we're attending, results from these webinars that we're having our clients speaking about how they're using GenIP, and results from these new resources that we're allocating where we are seeing increasing demand in Asia and Latin America.
Well, we wish you good luck in your continued expansion. In the meantime, Melissa Cruz, CEO at GenIP, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Zach, for having me.